guys ready? Good evening, everyone. It's 6:06, and this is a meeting of the Board of Education for the Glendora Unified School District on Monday, October 13th. We are reconvening from a 5 o'clock closed session where there is no reportable action. So we'll do a roll call to reconvene our open session meeting.
Member Garcia? Present. Board Clerk Cam?
Present.
Board Member Munoz?
Present.
Board Vice President Lopez?
Here.
President Clifford?
Present.
Please note they're all here.
Thank you. We'll move down to 3.4. Maya, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Thank you. Item 3.5 is an adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes, or if not, can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to 3.6, which is board recognition, PTA presidents, Dr. DeGrazia.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford, members of the board, distinguished guests. It is my distinct pleasure to invite up to the microphone Mrs. Allison Thomas, our PTA Council President. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. She's doing a great job already. She runs efficient meetings. She's doing wonderful, and she is going to introduce all of our PTA and one PTSA president
Correct.
as well
Yes.
from Whitcomb.
Yes.
Allison.
Thank you very much, Dr. DeGrazia. Allison Thomas, Council PTA President, and thank you everyone for inviting us to the meeting tonight. I have had the pleasure of working with these amazing, wonderful, talented PTA presidents, and I am here to introduce them to you. Okay, do you want them to come up or stand?
Oh, yeah,
or-
they love this part.
Okay.
Yeah, please have them come up. That'd be great.
Okay, perfect. At Cullen Elementary, we have Christina Hutchison. At the table. Perfect. At Sellers Elementary, we have Jenna LaCour. At Stanton Elementary, we have Roxanne Alzaga. At Sutherland Elementary, we have Maria McCarthy. At La Fetra Elementary, we have Corrine Rose. And at Sandburg Middle School, we have Christine Chevalette. I butchered it. I just know I did. I'm so sorry. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, here's another one. At Goddard Middle School, we have Angela Rodriguez Pizarzowitz. Yay! At Whitcomb High School, we have Robin Merkley. And at Glendora High School, we have Joanna Shepard. Thank you, ladies, for everything that you do, and thank you all for having us here tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys want to maybe come around to the dais, we'll have the board stand.
And you want to take your little apple?
Yes.
Because if you don't, I will.
Stay put, because I feel like we have a couple other principals who may want to come up and get a
Thank you so much, and we won't look if you guys want to go home early.
Can I say something before they?
Sure.
Before you ladies leave, because I don't blame you if you leave early, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all of the work that you do at each one of your sites. I've had the pleasure and honor of working with some of you directly, and we all know that the PTA is really who gets the work done, right? That's who gets the work done. So, but I've seen you all in action, and truly the PTA is an example of what we can accomplish when we put our differences aside and we focus on the common goal, which is our students. And you guys are a reflection of that, the epitome of what that means, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you for doing that work.
Thank you very much. No further statements from the board. That brings us to 3.7, public comment. The first card I have is Devon Wemple. Hello, Devon. Go right ahead.
Thank you. My name is Devin Wemple. My degree is in English education, and I've had the pleasure of working with many staff and students in this district as a substitute teacher. Education is a deep passion for me. I believe there is no higher honor than preparing the next generation for the world they are about to walk into. However, as an adult, I find myself embarrassed in the world we are creating for them. We are creating a world rapidly destabilizing, with increasing division and violence. I believe it is our responsibility as adults to not only prepare children for the world, but to also prepare our world for the children, to make it a kinder, safer, and more prosperous world. So you can imagine my distaste when I saw the comment goading ICE to continue its violence, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here because of Clifford's cowardly attempt to intimidate the speakers into not speaking on it at all. You saw 3 public comments, a maximum of 9 minutes of discomfort, and you decided to use your limited power to try to silence any criticism with the weak argument that speakers could only speak on people who were present. Never mind what effects the actions of people who are not present have on the district you are in charge of, I guess we just can't talk about it. Therefore, I will keep the discussion limited to something that is within the board's control, the character of staff members. Mr. Clifford last meeting stated, "I will not tolerate disruption." Not when disruption was happening, mind you, but immediately before public comment. That is awfully indicative of how you view your position, as if public comment itself is the disruption. I assure you, Mr. Clifford, your wife may have embarrassed you, but you are the one who disgraced your position. A disgrace further compounded by the fact that the first person who made a comment was a student. A student who expressed how the comment affected her personally and how it contributed to a harassment culture so prevalent that she says it's become the norm. What are you up there to protect, Mr. Clifford? Your students or your ego? If this is how you use your limited power as a board member, then you certainly do not deserve any at all. It is a sad day when a student is forced to advocate for themselves with so little backing. I want to thank Ms. Garcia for clarifying when Mr. Clifford tried to obscure and for encouraging when Clifford tried to intimidate. I want to commend Mr. Stevens for meeting his student in her need, and I commend Lene, the substitute teacher, for ensuring that the student didn't have to be the only one to address the issue. I hope we can follow the example of these brave people. I would thank you for your time, but it's clear to me that you wouldn't have offered it if you didn't have to. I hope to see every board member here move forward with its priorities straight.
Thank you. The next speaker is Steve Rodriguez.
Hello, my name is Steve Rodriguez. I have 3 children in the Glendora School District, including 2 at the high school where we heard at the last meeting of multiple incidents of racist attacks against a Latina senior who spoke at the meeting. I am here to explicitly state how shameful and disgusting I find your wife's post to be and how disingenuous and full of lies I found your statement to defend it. First and foremost, and most obviously, you claimed that her post was not relevant to Glendora because, as you said 10 times, it happened over there in Covina. Covina is 8 minutes that way. It's not another state. In addition, you quoted your wife's post as saying, keep ICE coming. That is an invocation for them to come here. That is a request from her to have them here. Now, I understand why you, a white man, would not feel offended or threatened by having a militarized force here attacking you. But what do you think it would do to the Latino children in the Latino community to have Trump's Gestapo here, merely weeks removed from when the corrupt Supreme Court said it was okay to stop, question, and detain people solely because of the color of our skin? If we speak English with an accent, if we speak another language, even the jobs that we work. You know, you explicitly defended your wife by saying that she feels safer with ICE here, and you yourself said that ICE makes you feel protected. And I'm curious, what is it about brown people that scares you so much? Is it the lady selling flowers by the freeway? Is it the men mowing your neighbor's lawn? Is it the men washing cars at the car wash? Or is it just me and my children in the same vicinity as you are? Why do you need to see 3 masked men wrestle me to the ground as my children scream for you to feel safe? 2 final things. You call yourself a Christian in the present tense and a former cop in the past tense, yet in the course of your diatribe, you invoked your support for law enforcement explicitly at least 15 times, but not once did you speak of your Christian values. I think your true religion is systems of oppression, not Christianity. And to be clear, there is no part of the Bible where Jesus said to cheer the assaulting and brutalizing of a community because they had broken laws, or to rip apart families because they made you feel unsafe. You are not a Christian, sir. And finally, from the octogenarian president on down, America has a gerontocracy problem. You explicitly said that you were excited about running next year. Perhaps you should consider that part of being a good leader is knowing when to walk away and let the next generation take over. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no further cards. Anyone else? Or will you fill out a card, please?
Yeah, I'll fill out a card.
Thank you.
I wasn't planning to speak. My name is Mike Barron. We live in an upside-down world where following the law results in claims of terrorism, of Gestapo, the very words, I think, led to the assassination of Kirk. And to say that if you don't like the law, then you've got to get involved in the political process and change the law. But it is against the law to rape, to steal, and that has been the primary focus of this administration, this federal administration, to get those illegal aliens who have committed those crimes out of this country. And when I hear comments like the 2 gentlemen stated, what I hear is a defense of rapists, of wife beaters, of stealing, theft, robbery, and it's just totally backwards. If you know, my father was a resident alien. He immigrated to the U.S. back in 1946, legally. Why? Because he knew if he crossed the border illegally, he was putting his future children at risk, that they would be committing a crime, and that he did not want to put his children in that position. So we're celebrating illegal immigration. We're celebrating crimes that are committed by illegal aliens. And we are commenting negatively on a man who has protected us and is part of a police community that is designed to protect people. So I take it as a personal insult what these gentlemen said and what they claimed that this man has done. That Instagram message was not posted for the public. That Instagram message was sent to a person who then took it upon themselves to share it with the public. I think that's reprehensible. So, how does this affect the school district? I am totally opposed to what happened to that young lady who made her comments. That's bullying. And if this board can do anything, it's to reinforce how bad, how immoral bullying is, because that's what it is. Those of us that went through public school, we know that you always get picked on if you're different. That's not a racist thing. That's just basically growing up in America. So,
Thank you, Mr. Barron.
Yeah.
We appreciate your comments. All right, I have no further cards or speakers. Thank you for filling that out. We will close the public comment and move on to oral reports. And we will start with our student board member. Maya?
Good evening, board members and audience. We're going to start off with Cullen. October kicked off with excitement and creativity at our family STEAM night. Students took on the thrilling egg drop challenge, testing their engineering skills with a little help from our local fire department, who joined in on the fun. We also celebrated our second Cullen Community Friday, recognizing students who demonstrated outstanding respect throughout September. As we move through October, we're looking forward to more festive fun with our upcoming trunk or treat and a parade with a purpose at the end of the month. It's shaping up to be a month full of learning, laughter, and community spirit. Stanton. Stanton has had an exciting start to the year. We recently hosted 2 successful parent math nights, one for our 3rd grade families and one for our 4th grade families, to help strengthen homeschool connections in math learning. Our after-school math skills class has also begun, providing students with extra support and enrichment opportunities. We were thrilled to celebrate Principal for a Day with Mrs. Kate Nunley from Glenkirk Church, who joined us to experience a day in the life of Stanton leadership. Additionally, we're pleased to announce the opening of a new transitional kindergarten, TK class, to welcome more of our youngest learners into the Stanton community. Sutherland. Sutherland has been very busy the last few weeks. We held our first awards assembly at the end of September, recognizing students for Student of the Month, Character Strong, Accelerated Reading, and Classroom Attendance. On October 1st, Sutherland students, staff, and families came out in full force for the Walk to School Day event, where they were welcomed on campus by Cody the Cougar, Student Council, PTA, and Sutherland staff. We also hosted Sarah Beamer, Glendora community member, onto campus for our Principal for a Day. Students were excited to welcome her into their classrooms and share their learning. As we move through October, we are excited about our upcoming Move-a-thon event and Halloween costume parade later this month. Sandburg. October is a ton of fun at Sandburg. Here are a few of the highlighted events and activities for October. October 3rd, students and staff enjoyed Colorpalooza on the 2nd level. We are excited to report that we raised more than $17,000 as a part of this fundraiser. Check out the colorful pictures on social media. October 24th, Sandburg is celebrating Halloween with a harvest dance after school. We are also hosting the traditional haunted house activity during this event. October 30th through November 3rd, we are hosting our guests from our sister school in Mocha, Japan during the Halloween holiday. We are planning special activities throughout their stay and working closely with our host families to ensure our guests from Nakamura Junior High School have an amazing experience. Glendora High School. Our annual senior luau was held on the GHS pool deck on September 13th, bringing together the class of 2026 for a fun and festive evening. It was very well attended, lots of swimming, and a hilarious belly flop contest. Everyone there had a great night. This year's college fair took place on September 17th, giving students an opportunity to connect with representatives from over 75 colleges and trade schools and learn more about their post-high school options. ASB hosted Club Rush on September 18th and 19th, where students explored over 80 diverse-led student-led clubs offered and signed up to get involved. Our homecoming court was announced, kicking off homecoming season. Dance ticket sales have begun following our exciting homecoming reveal. We have already sold over 1,100 tickets. This year's theme is Rhythms of Rio, and we're looking forward to an unforgettable night full of color, energy, and celebration. Our homecoming parade is this Friday before our blackout-themed homecoming game at the Citrus College Field. We hosted a Super Smash Bros. Tournament on Thursday, October 2nd, with a full bracket of 32 students competing in an intense and exciting showdown. There were plenty of other games and game-related clubs offering the opportunity for students to connect and hang out with their friends. It was free to attend, and we had a fun night. This is historically a small and simple event, but so much fun for our students who are gamers and enjoy a good game night. Lastly, we've officially kicked off Latin Heritage Month and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Our Unidos Latinos Club partnered with ASB, and they planned and executed a full day of cultural highlights for our students during nutrition and lunch, representing different Latino cultures. In October, there will be opportunities to recognize, celebrate, and support the causes to cure cancer throughout our school community. Thank you.
Maya, thank you. That was very professional. You did a really good job. Very informative also. Okay, after the student board member, it's comments from the members of the board. We'll start to our left, Trustee Garcia.
All right. It was a very busy 3 weeks. I think we haven't had a meeting in 3 weeks. I won't go through all of it. There's a few that I wanted to highlight, events that I attended. And one of them was definitely the Hispanic Heritage event that the Latinos Unidos put on at GHS. It was great to see the kids completely engaged and celebrating. And what particularly I enjoyed is that you guys didn't have to pay for entertainment. You didn't have to pay for a mariachi. You didn't have to do any of that because of this new Banda del Sur that was created by the band, which was so creative, so amazing, and it was fun because I think they practiced for 3 songs, and the 3 songs were over, and they're like, now what? I was like, just play them all over again. So it was so nice to see them get creative in that way and just be proud of their culture and their music. It was a very fun event, so thank you for inviting us, and it's great to see those cultural celebrations, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else, for all the other cultures that we celebrate. Mrs. Hughes from the Careers Health class invited me as part of my position with the ROP to come and see the presentations that the students were given on health careers. And it was so interesting to see these kids create posters with all the different careers in health and really kind of know the career and were ready to answer questions and very engaged. I asked them all if they were interested in any of the careers they researched. Some said yes, some said no, but it was great that they took the time. I think it's so important to have that type of deep dive into a career because sometimes you think you know what you want to do, and then you find out what it takes or how little it pays, and then you decide, like, that's not the direction I want to go. So again, thanks for that invitation. It was great to see the kids in action. Spartan Garden. Wow. This Saturday, I had the opportunity to help out with a group of community members in cleaning up the garden. I think a lot of people don't know the beauty that exists at Sandberg in this garden. There are 27 garden beds with 30 citrus trees. And it is just such a beautiful, peaceful space. It needed some TLC, and it was so nice to see community members from different churches in our community, and not people from not churches, just showing up to help kids and adults of all walks of life, coming together to spruce up the garden. Josie Wilson was there, Dr. Osborne was there. They were very kind to give us a tour and explain to us, and I just want to put it out there that I know that the newsletter that we put out, Josie said that she always is asking for volunteers. So people are always looking for opportunities to help out. And that's one way you can help out with the garden, and it's just feel good to get your hands in the dirt and really see, just you stick to one bed and you see the beauty once you move things around and cut off the bad stuff. And I love gardening, so it was very peaceful for me. So thank you again for inviting me to do that. I also went to the choir, the cabaret show. That was on Saturday. Saturday was really busy. And that was phenomenal. And it's such a well-attended show that they have 2 performances, a matinee, and it's at the event center. And they have a matinee, and then they have a dinner and a show, which I didn't get to see that, but the matinee was phenomenal and a lot of fun. And boy, do we have so much talent in our schools, and it's so great to see them. For me, attending school events and seeing our students in action, it really feeds me, and it reminds me why I do what I do, so this is why I try to make these events. But outside of school, there's an organization in the community that was built by students and community members called Glendora Together. And Glendora Together is basically trying to bring together the young and the old, from all sides of Glendora to come together and have these very important conversations. And what I love about this group is that it is led by our students. They decide what the topics are. And because of everything that's going on in our community and our country, they wanted to have a forum on immigration. And the way they did this was they had 7 students, all of them from GHS, and 2 parents, both parents from GHS as well. Oh no, from Glendora, one was not GHS. And I have to tell you, as a board member, as a parent, as a community member, I was extremely proud of our students for standing up and telling their story. Their intention was to humanize the experience, to tell you how the issues with ICE are impacting them on a daily basis. So to hear that was hard, but so necessary. There was people in there who maybe had never heard of how this impacts an American citizen student that's sitting in the room, who maybe has parents that are immigrants. It was a very deep conversation. It was disappointing to me and to the students, because they did mention it, that we didn't have more teachers, staff, board members there, because it is an opportunity for them to share with us what they're feeling and also tell us what they need from us. So I was grateful to be there. I'm happy to type up a little report of the things that they said, because they did reach out and say what we as a community, what we as a school board, as a city, can do to help them feel safe and help them feel supported. So having those 7 students speak there was very powerful, and I just wanted to give them a shout out and tell them that I'm very, very proud of them. And I have a lot more, but I don't want to take all the time. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kim.
Thank you very much, President Clifford. Maya, way to go. Great job. You did a great job. You tore it up. You did a great job. It never really gets easier. I'm sorry to tell you. I still get a little nervous every time, but you're doing great. Nobody can tell. I want to start off too. I didn't say something earlier, and I feel bad when all the PTA members, the PTA presidents weren't here earlier, but Mrs. Thomas, the work you guys are doing at PTA is incredible. We feel it at every level, at every site, and every student. And it's so fun going to those events, and it's so fun seeing smiling faces. And having the opportunity to be at part of the PTA council meetings has been so impressive. I just want to say thank you and appreciate it, and please pass it along. I'll probably be there, but if I'm not, pass it along to everybody, because it is so meaningful for the parents to be able to, be a part of their kids' education, which is extraordinarily difficult in a time when so many parents are, dual income, trying to work and take care of stuff. And even just having an opportunity to have an event planned is so fun, and memory building. I can't tell you how many times I look through the pictures of the background donuts with dear ones, or whatever it is, and have a blast with that. But I recognize that none of that would be possible if it wasn't for a lot of people doing a lot of work. So thank you. That all being said, I have to say, a few things that were really impactful over the last few weeks was we had administrator for a day. I was able to stop in and see some of that stuff, and it was funny. We had somebody in the community who was sitting at this point in the boardroom, and I was sitting in the back corner, and we both had the same thought at the same time, and we got to each other afterwards, and we said, I wish we had recorded that. It was so incredible to see these amazing people in our community come together and see what all of you guys, teachers, our staff, our administrators, do on a daily basis in such an impactful way. Some of the comments that came through that sung to me was how hard the people in this district work with as little resources as they have to make sure that our students don't feel it. That was really cool. It was really cool to hear maintenance teams say, we can't believe you get all this stuff done with what you have here. It was so cool to hear the owner of multiple Chick-fil-A's tell us that he has something to learn from Nutrition Services, who serves 700 students in 30 minutes. I mean, it was really cool to get to see. And so maybe in the future we'll have an opportunity to record that, but the takeaways were amazing. Talk to people. I saw Girl Scout troop leaders there. I saw business owners there. I saw pastors there. Saw maintenance people there. I saw all kinds of just incredible people that got to peel the curtain back and see the good work we're doing in our district. And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to see. And the same day was Walk to School Day, which was also a blast. Another PTA hosted event that we got to enjoy. So I, of course, forgot, and we pulled over early because we saw the hubbub going on, and my kids, we walked like a block and a half to look like we were on top of it, which was great. But nothing better than elementary school kids walking up and seeing bagpipers playing and teachers out there, and it was a lot of fun. So again, back to the PTA and all their hard work. I will tell you that coming up, we have, and I'm not going to steal your thunder, Dr. Grazia, because I know you're going to talk about it, but please, again, I will continue to shout this until my lungs come out of my mouth, that bond survey stuff is coming out. So if you see something, whether it be a text, an email, a phone call, please respond so we have accurate data so we can continue to support our students in a meaningful way. But I'll let Dr. DeGrazia talk more about that. I would like to talk about, there was a lot of laws that were passed over the last week or so, one of which was AB 2999, which was encouraging districts to develop a homework policy for elementary school students. And I think it'd be worth having a conversation about over the next few years, yeah. And so, cool, sounds good. It'd be just fun to have a conversation about that and let parents know what we're doing in the district to make sure we're up to speed on all that. I will end by saying, I know that all of us have things that we wake up and do every day. And I would just encourage everybody to wake up and take an opportunity to be helpful and to be kind and to notice the people around you and what they need. I think so many times we get wrapped up in our own self and the things that we see and kind of this environment that we live in. We kind of put the blinders on and we're thinking about what we need to take care of. And I really want to encourage everybody from the top down everywhere to take a moment and just open your eyes, put your phone in your pocket, and look out and see who needs what around you. I've had lots of experiences over the past 3 weeks where I've been worried about people and I've noticed people, and it's funny, you just ask somebody, do you need help? And all of a sudden, yeah, it'd be great. Can you lift this case of waters or, whatever. I have to say, I was at a soccer game on a Wednesday night and there were kids dancing around locked bathrooms. And Mrs. Lotz at La Fetra noticed that these kids were dancing around. Left writing progress reports, came out and unlocked the bathrooms for those kids. And that's really what I hope we have as a community here, from everywhere from our certificated and classified employees all the way up. So please, everyone, if you could just take a few moments to consider every day taking a moment to really help somebody else out, I think we'd all do better. I like to say, when I tell my students, that I hope to build the community that I want to live in. And so we all take a piece in that. So I'll kind of end with that. But man, I was so impressed with Mrs. Lotz. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cam. Dr. Munoz.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, President Clifford. I'll just keep it very brief. Thank you to all the PTA presidents for everything that you do. You are an integral part of our educational system, so just thank you from the bottom of my heart. To remind all the viewers and attendees here at the board meeting and those watching at home, the Glendora Education Foundation is having their fall festival this Wednesday. Hope to see you guys there. I'll be attending. Be a great time to go out, enjoy, right there in the downtown Glendora. I believe there'll be some performances from Glendora High School students, so that'll be interesting and enjoyable to see. So go out there, because all the money that's raised actually comes back to our school district, which goes back to our students. So greatly appreciate that. But I'll end that.
I would like to echo the sentiments, too, of my colleagues up here, the PTA presidents. Thank you very much. They are phenomenal. And I have a former PTA president back there, and Robin Merkley, so at Glendora High School. But ton of impact, right, on our community, ton of impact on our kids, and that's the way it should be. So we appreciate all the work that gets put into our students and our staff every day, because you guys you're hitting it out of the park. It's been that way for a long time, and it just continues to go. We have a great community that supports our schools that way, so thank you very much. Last thing, because I'm not around a lot, I'm always with the high school that I run. George Kuros today, I heard he was really good. George Kuros he's a phenomenal speaker. He's a great leader, and he has a lot of good things to share. So I was happy that it went well today. And if you've never seen him speak, if you've never heard anything about him, go to YouTube, find him, hear one of his talks, because he's amazing. And I guess he did a great job for our staff today. So, and that is all my comments for tonight.
Thank you very much. I just have a few comments. Number one, PTA, as you know, we joined as a board. We support you very much in what we do and always reach out because we're always willing to help, and it's the community that's helping each other. And I think each one of us has shown you how important that is to us. Tonight on the consent item, we're going to be approving about $12 million in payments and other things. So as we go through that quickly, I just want you to know that you could look at that on the agenda. It's all broken down. Also, the sporting activities that are in our environment, whether it's the joint city Saturday and Sunday events that we have, all of our schools are full, the fields are full, and it's just phenomenal to watch all the Glendorans at every level play sports. The flag football games at Louis Pompey used to be called the Pit are outstanding. If you haven't watched a girls flag football game, you really need to try that because they're incredibly talented. And it's just a fun thing to do. The last thing I want to say is I really appreciate the comments that we had tonight. And I know everybody's passionate. Some of them are just a little bit misguided at my family and I just want to be very clear with people. You can laugh, but I didn't do that when you were speaking. I just want to be very clear. My wife never communicated with a high school student, ever. The high school student got up here and said something that wasn't true. My wife never communicated with a high school student. That is a falsehood. She wouldn't do that. My wife posted a private comment from an organization. Somebody took that comment to the high school on their behalf and for political reasons started to run amok with it and bring that up to me. I feel bad that Linda has to deal with that. But I want the citizens to know that although there's some people that are upset, and I understand that upsetness, we're on different side of the fence. I support law enforcement, and I'm not saying that you don't. I do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I do want you to know it makes me feel like my role up here is even more important than it was before, and that voice. Our students are well protected. This school district, no matter what happens in Sacramento or what happens in the federal government, this school district has really good policies that protect our students. And if you don't think that's true, come up here one day at any of our campuses, go into the parking lot, park your car, and try to get on campus. You have to go into the office and register on the system and get a little badge, and that's everybody. That's everybody that's here. So I just wanted to be clear for anybody that's listening. My beautiful wife, Linda, did not communicate with anybody at Glendora High School like they alleged at public comment. And it's really not good to do that. Whoever put the people up to that, that's not good, and we'll figure that out. But my family has the right to be supportive of what they believe, like everybody else does. My wife did that privately to an organization, and a member of that organization took it to the high school and said, oh, look at what Mrs. Clifford did. And then it took off like that. So I kind of feel bad for the students that were in that. That student that reported said that my wife posted to her private school, and that's absolutely untrue. Secondarily, I really have a lot of empathy and don't feel good about the way she's treated on campus, and I think we're addressing that incredibly well. And students that feel threatened on campus need to report that all the way up to their counselors and supervisors. And I think this district does that better than anyone else. But I just wanted to be clear that, you know, we have to sit up here and people can come up to public comment and share their thoughts, and that's okay too. But it's also okay for me to share my thoughts. And again, reiterate that my wife never communicated with a high school student or anyone at Glendora High School, or she hasn't communicated. Unfortunately for her, her husband's on the school board. So what she does, and again, I will be able to bring to you in the future who did all that stuff, and then that may be embarrassing for them, but to put a student up to that, to come up here and say, Mrs. Clifford did this to me, is absolutely unfair to that student. And, you know, that'll all be flushed out. So I appreciate the comments, keep them coming, but I just wanted to put that in perspective as to what really happened and how much my family, who's been here many, many decades, cares for all of our students, regardless of what background you come from. So I have nothing further after that. And I will turn it over to our esteemed leader, Dr. DeGrazia.
So sorry. Can I, Mr. Clifford, can I make a comment?
Yes, yes, you may.
Sorry, I just had something written down. If you guys don't know me, my name is Maya Yassine. Oh, I'm gonna bring this closer to me. My name is Maya Yassine. I'm a junior at Glendora High School. I love Glendora High School. I'm a part of the PEP squad. I'm in ASB. I'm on the track team. I'm in CSF, NHS, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm really involved. And I just wrote something out that I just wanted to say, and so that everybody heard. As student board rep, it's important to represent all groups on campus and voice concerns of our students. Racism and bullying are not new concepts, but as our world divides, it's essential that our students on every campus see school as a safe and welcoming place. No matter political views nor religious views, we are all working together toward the common goal of making this school district the best it can possibly be. I would like every student to know that they are being heard and seen in Glendora High School specifically, with the help of Dr. Green and Ms. Clune, our ASB director. We are brainstorming ideas and ways that we can support students and make everyone on campus feel seen and feel heard. So I just wanted everyone in the audience or everyone watching this to know that you are seen and you are heard, and we are working on it. Thank you.
Maya, very nice. Again, very nice professional comment. Very good. Dr. DeGrazia, you have the mic.
Thank you, Maya. Can you do the rest of my report now? Maya, that's excellent. That's very well said. I could not say that better myself. Thank you. Important words. Thanks to the PTA, thanks to Mrs. Thomas for stepping up to be PTA Council President. That's a lot. And to all of our school site PTA and PTSA presidents out there, thanks for your endless volunteer hours and your unwavering support of all students. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you. We held our Parent Advisory Committee meeting, number 1, last week. Very thoughtful input, and with a ultimate goal of enhancing the student and family experience in Glendora Unified across all levels. It is the year, every other year, we provide the California Healthy Kids Survey to students in the grades 6th, 7th, 9th, and 11th. It is slated to be given during Red Ribbon Week. 6th graders will opt into this survey, so with parent permission, and 7th and 9th and 11th graders have a parent opt-out. The preview, you can preview the sample questions on the Glendora Unified website. You'll see more detailed information from a letter coming from Dr. Prince in the coming days in regards to that survey that's coming up. Dr. Kim smartly reminded everyone about the bond feasibility survey. It's going out the week of November 10th, so you'll hear a few reminders, and you will receive an email or a text from me asking for you to participate in the survey. The survey we will reach out until we secure 400 surveys so that we have an adequate survey sample. So look for that in the coming weeks. We are, Mrs. Walzak and myself are also presenting information tomorrow to credit analysts across the nation with the goal of reducing and securing a top funding credit rating for the district, for an opportunity to refinance really and refund some tax dollars that are still owed on the current bond measures for the Glendora Unified School District. These savings would go back to the taxpayers, not to the district whatsoever, but back to the taxpayers. So we're going to work to put our best foot forward tomorrow afternoon to secure that top rating, which we anticipate we'll secure. And then we'll see how much we can save taxpayers. We'll have more to report on that on the 27th of October at our next meeting. I would also like to thank the 20 or so community members who joined us on October 1st for the principal administrator for a day. We brought that back after many years, but it was fun, it was exciting. Always great things to think about and to include for next year, and we're already looking forward to doing it again next year about the same time. Congratulations to all Glendora High Schools and Whitcomb High School's senior athletes. Many fall sports are quickly coming to a close. I've had the pleasure of going last week to, I think, 3 different senior games. Great matches, and flag football to be called out. Louis Pompey Park, there were no parking spots, ladies and gentlemen. I parked on the street. That has never happened for any event. There were 17 young ladies that were seniors that were the cornerstone of flag football in its inception at Glendora High School. They deserved every person in every car that was there. You heard about the Fall Festival. It's this week, the 15th. Downtown Glendora at the bus depot. You can't miss it. Go look for the biggest crowd. And they will be there at 5 o'clock. Learn about STEAM activities, the mission program, sending projects up into space, and what all the good we've collaborated with the foundation on over the past year. In and out for dinner, yes, it's great as well. It is homecoming week for Glendora High School. The shortest parade in the West starts at 4 p.m. 4:10, it's over. And then the game is at 7 p.m. at Citrus Stadium. Go Tartans. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Grazi. We appreciate that. Any other staff updates or reports? Nothing being said, we will close that out and move to item 5, which is a discussion action item. 5.1 is approval of resolution 25-26-06 to recognize October 23 through 31, 2025 as Red Ribbon Week as presented. Dr. DeGrazia.
Thank you. Traditionally, the last week in October is Red Ribbon Week, and we look forward to celebrating that week each and every year, and we will do so with this resolution, should you affirm it here this evening.
Thank you very much. The resolution has been duly posted. It's right outside the door. May I have a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
Oh,
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the group? All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Any opposition? Okay, it's Red Ribbon Week again. The next item is what I talked about earlier. Item 6 is the consent items, and tonight there's 7.1 through 10.2, and that includes the general, the educational, the business, and the personnel services. And that adds up to about $12 million of expenditures. And is there a motion for approval, or does anyone want to pull an item?
So moved.
There's a motion for approval. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion on consent? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The consent is done. That takes us to the very last item, which is called adjournment. It is 6:54, and we adjourn this meeting. Thank you for attending.